Well, at least there's a little justice in this console scalping world we live in. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and let's go back to the scalping issue. Now, I made a video about a week and a half ago, depending on when this was or when this goes up, about how I basically felt that scalpers were not the problem about, well, the scalping situation with the PlayStation 5s and the Xbox Series X's and S's. I believe they are a problem, but they are actually the least problem. Basically, scalpers exist because there is a market for them. I believe the primary culprits in this situation are the manufacturers not making enough supply to meet demand, the retailers not doing anything to limit the amount of consoles that people can buy with bots and other things, and, well, the main one, and it still is the main one, that gamers are willing to pay these prices in the first place. These outrageous 2 to 3 times as much as what the system costs because they're just so desperate for a game system. Well, here's the thing. Those are 3 areas that people need to address. As far as the gamers being concerned, that's on you. Only you can control that one. You don't want scalpers to survive. You've got to do your part, not pay the scalpers. But it seems like at least some retailers are starting to catch on that something needs to be done about this too. Because recently, a retailer has canceled thousands of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X orders that were very likely being scalped. Now, here's the article from PlayStation Lifestyle. Infamous scalpers over at Crep Chief Notify recently bragged that they had snagged thousands of new consoles from UK's online retailer very.co.uk, a store I've never heard of, to be honest. It appears that the group was able to place these orders due to a technical glitch, and they've now been canceled. And here's what Very.co said. As a result of a technical error, some people were able to place orders for PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles for a short time on Sunday. However, these items are not on sale, and affected customers have received notice that the orders have been canceled. We apologize for the confusion caused. Now, PlayStation Lifestyle went on to say, while it makes us a little happy inside, this news is disappointing for genuine customers who managed to place an order. The situation is reminiscent of the recent mass cancelizations carried out by Kohl's, of which I was one of them. I ordered a PlayStation 5 on Kohl's, and 2 days after I ordered it, I got a notification that the order had been canceled because they didn't have the stock. However, that had a happy ending. They let me keep a $180 gift certificate that I had earned through a promotion, and as a result, we now have a linoleum table set and a couple new Disney shirts for my wife. So, that kind of worked out for me in the long run, even if I didn't get a system. Which infuriated customers who thought they had finally secured a console only to be handed meager compensation instead. Well, $180 is not meager compensation in my mind. I don't know about you. This is a side note. This has absolutely nothing to do with the topic at hand, but here's the thing. Your Kohl's order got canceled. Yeah, it's disappointing that you didn't get your PlayStation 5, but you were given a $180 gift card, basically, to do whatever you wanted with, and Kohl's clearly does sell video games. So, I don't know. That doesn't seem like meager compensation to me, but, whatever. That's just me. Now then, apparently, Costco also ended up overselling the new consoles. However, the company is trying to make it right by guaranteeing a unit to those who successfully placed an order. Quote, I was told if you received a tracking number, you are guaranteed a unit, and Costco, will be receiving more to fulfill shipments within the next 5 to 8 business days, wrote Twitter user Video Beastie. That also means a possible PS5 restock on Costco within the next 2 weeks, so keep an eye out. It looks like websites were simply unable to cope with the volume of orders that they were receiving, and this situation is unlikely to improve before Christmas. Now, here is the thing about the story that, of course, should be noted. This seems to have been like a mass cancellation. So even if you were like a legitimate person who just wanted to buy a system, turns out, your order probably got canceled too. But here's the thing. Obviously, very.co can cancel all these orders that they want. Kohl's can cancel all these orders. Costco can also cancel these orders. They choose not to, but they will. My question is this. here's an idea that maybe the retailer should think about with not only the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, but for any big piece of merchandise that is popular to be a target for by scalpers. Why don't you do this? Okay, you've oversold. You don't have as much. Why don't you look through the orders? And there's got to be a way where you can have your own bot to see who's getting more than, say, 2 systems. If someone wants to get 2 systems, you know what? I'd probably let that one go. Sometimes people do pick something up for a friend or a brother or a sister or family member as well. But you get all these orders in. Don't ship them right away. Instead, if you see, or if your computer, I should say, sees that someone's getting 10, 15, 1,000 consoles, but maybe flag those orders. Maybe flag those orders, and those are the first to get canceled. Because clearly, those aren't for them. Those aren't for them. Those consoles are for someone else, particularly another site that will usually start with an E and end with Bay. And so I read this story, and even though like they basically had just sold out their stock, it's like a light bulb kind of went on. You can cancel orders. Why aren't these sites canceling these duplicate orders where, yeah, there's different credit cards and there's different names, but the addresses are the same? Why aren't they canceling all of them and saying like, hey, you know what, you're clearly not, this isn't for you, because that would make the bots have a much harder time buying these things. Because think about it, you can have, and I just kicked the printer, sorry if you heard that, if you can create thousands of email addresses. Those are free, that's fine. But getting 1,000 different addresses, that's a heck of a lot harder to pull off, isn't it? So that's my thinking. And some people might say, well, what about people who like live in apartments and stuff like that? It's like, yeah, but you know, scalpers usually don't rent entire apartment complexes. So you deliver to an apartment complex, you need to have an apartment complex number. And if you see a bunch go into that apartment complex, as long as there's an apartment complex number, that should prevent the problem. So I think Very and Kohl's is actually kind of onto something where, hey, you know what? If you have all these orders, before you even start canceling orders, just run them through your system. Whoever's got more than 2, cancel all those orders. At that point, you should have enough stock to, you know, sell to the people who legitimately want this thing. And I am actually kind of baffled that super established companies like Amazon, who, come on, as much as I hate Amazon, online is their thing. They own that dominion, and they can't figure out how to stop bots from buying hundreds of consoles and having them shipped to one address. Like, they can't figure out how to fix this, and neither can Best Buy or Target or Walmart. Walmart is coming up pretty fast to Amazon as being their number 1 competitor. So, I don't know. But here's the thing. I am happy to hear that the scalpers did have their systems orders canceled. Again, when it comes to this whole scalping problem, I think scalpers are at the very bottom of the problem. Again, manufacturers, not enough supply and demand, retailers, not actually doing anything about the bots, and gamers willing to pay the prices. Those are the 3 major things. That said, scalping up to this level is still kind of a crummy thing to do. So when I see the retailers taking some attempt, they're making some attempt to cancel these orders, I think it's a good thing. And, you know, I don't have an issue with that, because very rarely will one person need 1,000 PlayStation 5s or 1,000 Xbox Series X's, which, yep. So one of these days, Christmas is coming up. It's coming up soon. But anyway, I would like to know, what do you think about this story? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Merry Christmas.